So you heard Shania Twain off the top, and she has quite an interesting story. She went through a major trauma years ago, a major betrayal. Her husband left her for a woman she knew, and she said, I saw her on an interview, and she said she physically lost her voice as a result of that. She couldn't get her voice back. She couldn't speak for a long time. She has had a couple of surgeries to try to reconstruct her voice, and it hasn't gotten quite back to normal, and she says she doesn't mind her new one, but I remember hearing that she went through a lot of depression along the way. And it got us thinking about something that is apparently quite common after any type of surgery, whether it's, a surgery to improve your appearance or a surgery that you need because of a health issue. The common thread is that a lot of people feel depression following the surgery. Joining us to talk about this, Dr. Stephen Mulholland. He's a great friend of the show, founder of Spa Medica, one of Canada's top cosmetic surgeons. Welcome to the show, Dr. Mulholland.
Hey, Barb. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So is this something that your office would deal with, especially leading up to somebody's surgery?
Absolutely. And in fact, it's so common, I call it the emotional wheel in response to surgery, that we have a special sheet printed off that has this circle of response, the excitement leading up to it, the nervousness, then the surgery. And then almost like, you remember when you're in college and you had an exam, the crash after the stress hormones are gone, and you feel a sense of dysphoria, unhappiness, and sometimes even depression because you look in the mirror, in my specialty, and you go, wow, that doesn't look so good. I'm bruised and swollen. I can't believe I paid for that. Or if it's wellness surgery, you're in pain and there's scars and what you're trying to cure isn't done yet. And so that adds to the sense of depression and disappointment. So it's very important. All surgeons are going to select a patient, and it's our obligation to select a patient that's mentally well and understands there's this emotional will and reaction to surgery and be prepared for depression. You can't really go into it depressed, or you end up super depressed after, and that's where trouble can happen.
Sure. And have you gotten feedback from people that just being told they very likely will go through this sort of depression has helped them deal with it when it hits?
Absolutely. I think seeing that sheet of paper and we draw a little circle and it's all sunshine, then it's cloudy, and then there's rain. And the rain and that sense of letdown after any surgery, any big event is normal. And they feel reassured that they're not abnormal, unusual in feeling that emotion. And then it's an obligation to say, no, you're not ready. If you've been through a recent divorce or a bereavement, loss of a loved one, or you need to wait till you're mentally healthy to approach surgery as well as physically healthy.
Right. What is happening when people are going through that? Because it seems to happen whether the surgery is something they really want to have done or they have to have done. Is it a hormonal reaction to something?
It really is. It's called stress response. You get all excited. You're running on adrenaline. You've got these hormones circulating called cortisol and stress hormones and glucagon, and then suddenly the event is over, and your brain goes, and then it stops producing them, and then you have a crash, a letdown. And again, just like after exams in college, you're excited, you're running on empty, you're drinking caffeine, then you crash after, and you often get sick and feel bad.
How long is normal for that to last?
If you're not normally vegetatively depressive, it can last 2 or 3 weeks, a month, even 6 weeks after surgery.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good information for people, because I think that a lot of people, if their doctors don't share this with them, could be very, very caught off guard by that kind of emotion following a surgery.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be excited, especially in my area where it's wellness surgery and you're doing it to look better. And then, of course, the clouds part and your incisions heal and you do look better generally, and then you're super happy. But you got to weather the storm after any surgery when the stress hormones crash.
Dr. Stephen Mulholland, thank you so much for this.
Thanks, Barb.
Always great to talk to Dr. Mulholland of Spa Medica.
This Newstalk 1010 podcast was brought to you by PocketEmploymentLawyer.ca. Wrongfully dismissed, changes made to your job, lowballed on severance? Find out if you have a case before you call a lawyer. Go to PocketEmploymentLawyer.ca.